Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the T to the A. Let's get into it. All right, so first thing I am going to point out is you do have a 15-minute bullish divergence going on down here on the 15-minute RSI. You also are coming in contact with this 15-minute downtrend. Are we going to get that break? Well, guys, the fact that we have 5 points of bullish divergence down there on that 15-minute RSI does suggest an upward resolution here. We also do have this parallel channel going on. And I'm just going to point out, you have a lot of people looking for downside between right here and right here. I'm seeing it on Twitter. Guess what? I'm going to take the contrarian view. I'm going to say this chart looks extremely sexy to me. I understand there was a bear flag here, but this looks extremely sexy. I think we're going to go up for that right shoulder. All right, picture perfect world. We're going to see this pop up to 473.50, and then we're going to see it stall out anywhere between there and this next point of resistance right there. So anywhere between 473.50 and 475.70. But the fact that price is probably going to be getting up there means we're going to get a lot better prices on these puts, guys. So if you're going to be shorting the hole down here, I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm not going to tell you, I'm going to show you what I'm looking at that's going to suggest we're probably going to be getting better prices, and you might not want to go all in on shorting the hole right there. It's just probably not going to be the best decision, but I could be completely wrong here, and none of this could matter, and we're going to completely die here and, you know, completely disrespect the charts. But if you guys have been following along here on the channel, then you do know that's typically not at all how things work. We typically see the charts get respected, like we're going to say 99% of the time. And that's why we spend so much time discussing these every day. All right. So that's pretty much what we got going on over here on SPY. I am going to point out, though, in the end, I am looking for this retest of the July high at 459.44. Nothing has changed there. I am just looking for the pullback as everybody's trying to short the hole. I'm guessing everybody's trying to short the hole because of what I'm seeing on Twitter and stuff like that. And speaking of Twitter, I'm just going to let you guys know, I already put out a post saying that, hey, I think SPY is going to be breaking that downtrend anyway. All right. If you guys are not already on the Twitter, guys, we did just surpass 1,000 followers this morning. I appreciate you guys so freaking much. We're at 650 on Christmas Day. We're now at that. We're over 1,000, guys. That's crazy. All right. If you're looking at this on the phone, it says 1K now here. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. I got you guys. Now, something I did add to this is you guys can now, I'm gonna post this every single morning. Good morning. What tickers do you want charted? You're going to literally give me your ticker request for the day. When I have time, I am going to bust these out. All right. But throughout the day, when I don't have too much time, I'm going to just bust out the setups that I'm seeing, such as Charles Schwab, such as SPY, downtrend break incoming, which I'll say a lot more impressions over here on Mr. SPY. People like SPY. All right. QQQ, you know, these are the things I'm going to be posting about, and it will be every single day. All right, so like you guys may be getting this over on the YouTube channel, but I'm just letting you know if you want like, you know, right away access, it's going to be over there. And obviously, you know, Discord gets, you know, everything and more right away. But Twitter, guys, I'm definitely putting a lot of focus over here on Twitter. And I was dancing my butt off with my pups this morning. Also, guys, Avgo, I went a little math out, okay? I went overboard and did the math on specific options, guys. If you buy... holy sweet baby Jesus. I did the math with buying 3 weeks out. Last night, there were 23 days on them. $100 out the money. And holy sweet baby Jesus. Okay? I don't know what to say. There's 2 of them that have provided over 50Xs, I'm pretty sure. Hey, guys. It's me again. I'm just going to stop in here real quick, and I'm just going to show you. I just realized that I literally had it on my, over here on my thing right here. So this is using $100 out the money, buying 3 weeks out for $325 per contract, which is how it was priced last night. I don't know why I put so much time into this, but I was just absolutely mind blown that someone could have literally just, I could have literally just focused only on the long setups in my system right here. Only on the breakouts, honestly. We're not even talking about just, you know, support tests or anything like that. We're not like, you know, you have plenty of breakouts right here. You got break and retest going on like up the wazoo. All right. I'm flabbergasted that somebody, if they could have managed to catch these moves with runners, with a runner, one runner the whole time. All right. You would have had a very, very, very nice year. We're talking someone has $1,000 position size. You would have had a very nice year just with that $1,000 position size. I'm not going to go into specifics right now, but let's just say you have 3 contracts, $1,000, 325. All right. Let's say you scale out of one at 50%, you scale out of one at 100%, you scale out of one at 200%. What are you looking like on every single trade if you're taking that with $1,000? Keep in mind, this is just an Avgo. I got a crap ton of tickers that I am applying the same exact thing to. That is why I'm so freaking excited for 2024, baby. I'm sorry, guys. I may sound like a complete nerd. I am a nerd, all right? I am. I think I'm a rather, I think I look decently athletic looking and nerdy, but I do got glasses on. I'm a big 6'4" guy. I may be 220 pounds. I may be curling freaking 35s. But I may be lunching 60s, baby. I'm so hyped about that one, actually, guys. My butt is blowing up. My butt and quads, guys. I bought all these nice clothes when I got this new job, and I'm just going to tell you right now, holy, your boy spent $100, $140 on pants, stuff like that. These pants, my quads, my butt, they're getting too big for the pants, guys. Whew, it's messed up. It's really messed up. Regardless, guys. 2024 gonna be, I'm not even gonna say my year. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna be the same exact guy I've been. We just gonna be stacking on that individual. Guys, let's do some simple math right here, and then you guys can get back into the video. I'm sorry I took 2 minutes of your attention right here, 2 minutes of your time. But I also will say right now, I love you guys. You guys are really just freaking great. All right, but let's just do that math. Now, keep in mind, all right, we're literally talking about scaling out at 50%, one at 50%, one at 100%, one at 200%. If you didn't do the 200%er, all right, and you let it actually run to, even half of what we have right here, you would have had an amazing year. All right, but $1,000, so 325 times 1.5, we're automatically at 487. All right, so 487 plus 325 times 2. All right, 650 plus 487.50. All right, we're at $1,137 right now. All right, that's only with your 2 contracts. What happens when you add a 200%er into there? All right, so now we're talking, we're just going to round down to $1,100, even though it's $1,137.50, but maybe your boy's going to forget this in a second because I have to do some other math. 325 times 3. All right, 975 plus 11, what was it, 375? We're talking $2,112.50 right now. All right, that was one trade. Guys, that is one of these. And I'm talking, you only enter on the setup. You don't play it any other time. There's another one right here, guys. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at a bunch of these. And keep in mind, these are times when the RSI got oversold. It told us to be looking for a setup. And then it happened. This is over the last 300 days. This pattern has it's kept itself. But guys, we're talking 1, we're talking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those have already played out. All right, so we're talking alone on Avgo using $1,000 position size. This is one ticker, guys. You know, there are a bunch of others that have this exact same setup that you, in the meantime, for waiting for this one to load, you play those other guys. All right, but we're talking just, doing exactly what we just talked about. You scale out of one contract at 50%, one contract at 100, one contract at 200. We're talking you are turning 1,000 into $2,112 every single time. Let's times that by 6. All right, you automatically have turned, your $6,000 that you had on. Well, you were doing 1,000 on each. All right, it's not like you have to have 6,000 allocated at a time to all of these because you don't. That's not how it works. But effectively, you have turned $1,000 trading Avgo over and time again. You've gone to keep all these profits, not reinvesting. Obviously not reinvesting, but it's options, not compounding these. Guys, you're at $12,000 by the end of the year, $12,675. I'm just putting it out there. What happens when you have a 5 to 10K position size? All right, what happens then? That's when you literally do have 100K just off of this one ticker, off of 6 long setups in 1 year. You have your 100K salary. That's what I went absolutely bonkers at last night. Now, what happens if you actually catch one of these guys? What happens if you buy $100 out the money and it goes $50 in the money? We're talking you just turned a $300 contract into a $5,000 contract. Now, are you actually realistically going to catch the whole move? No. All right, but that is what is possible here with the chart that I have right in front of you guys right now. I know I took away five more minutes of your time. My apologies. All right, I will make it up with the setups that are at the end of the video. I promise. They are absolutely beautiful. This right here, though, I do think is the next one setting up over here on Avgo. Juices, the premiums, they're just juiced. All right, that's pretty much it. It's I will say it's a rather liquid option chain. Premiums are juiced. That's that. So that kind of triggered. That's triggered some. But in terms of just let me math out. Let me geek out for hours on end here and, you know, just go that. I loved this thing last night. I had the time of my life. All right, guys, get back to the video. Yeah, guys, this is my system. Okay, these are all setups with my system, but these are specifically just breakouts. All right. There are, I want to say 15, yeah, about 15 setups that I short and long that I could have identified and played. Very clean setups here on Avgo over the last year. This is going to be a ticker that I focus on. Now, premiums are expensive, all right? But holy sweet baby Jesus, is the chart clean. Before we go any further with SPY, let's just come over here, guys. This is redonkadonk, all right? I'd like boom, bop, bing, boop, pow. What is this about to load? It's about to be another one of these setups, guys. So, you know, we're prepared for this. You know, this is probably bottoming either now or it's going to be coming down here and then you're bottoming there. All right, we're probably getting a bounce like that and you go a little lower. That's what I'm thinking over there on SPY. All right, but let's just come over here to SMH. SMH was actually down 1% today. But you're just breaking retesting, guys. That's all that's happening right here. So, guys, there is a solid chance that Avgo move that, you know, I pointed out last night on Twitter, it could be starting right now. It's not within my system, all right? But it could be starting here right now. I'm going to, you know, be paying attention to a setup, see if one forms. If I get this entry over here, 100% we're taking that, babe. We're taking that. All right, but this is definitely a ticker that I'm going to be paying attention to. I've had a decent amount of luck over here this year, well, 2023, over here on AMD. All right, so honest and MU tickers, you know, guys, the chip tickers are definitely just, they consistently have these very clean setups, very clean breakouts. I don't know what else to say about them. They look sexy. We had the best of luck over here with NVIDIA earlier in the year when everyone was, again, trying to short the whole. That's what I'm trying to, you know, warn people right now. Just make sure you're not shorting the whole. Make sure you're at least applying some sort of setup to your trades here. Because I can tell you, every time I try and, you know, not apply a system to what I'm doing, yeah, no, I end up just cutting for a loss, like, shortly after. That's typically what happens, like, 9 out of 10 times. Sometimes, you know, you get a lot of win. But, you know, what's the point in taking these guys? That's all I'm getting at. The point of, you know, all of this is to build your skill set. I'm going to say right now, the only thing I really care about is living the life that I desire at 30 years old, guys. I have about 6 years to get to there. I guaranteed we'll get to there. All right? There's no doubt in my mind. But you guys got to get there too. And that's what you guys got to be focused on. It's not the short-term money. Like, yes, you are going to be getting short-term money if you're applying the right stuff. But it is going to be the habits that are going to build that skill set. It's you know, it's something that it's acquired. It's not something that, oh, you just blow up one time on a trade and, oh, you're set. No, because you want to do this consistently. You build the skill set, you apply what we speak about. All right. Now, the actual setups, being in the right place at the right time, that's what I got you here on this channel. I got you. All right. Over on Twitter, I also got you. But specifically here on this channel, I will literally just show you exactly what we're doing. All right, I will show you how things are playing out on the charts. All right, moving over to QQQ. All right, over here on the 15-minute time frame, guys, we got the same thing. I don't know what else to say about it. We got a 1, we got a 2, we have a. Let me expand that real quick. All right, I know there's a lot of stuff going on here because I was charting on the daily time frame. All right, let's just go like that. Let's just go like that. And look at that, guys. You're actually coming down. You kind of have a clean break and retest going on there. We're just going to take that off though. All right, but yeah, you have a 1, you have a 2, you have a triple bullish divergence going on over here on the 15-minute time frame. Your hourly RSI also does have a bullish divergence, because my guess is you're probably going to get that dead cat bounce. All right, and yes, I call it a dead cat bounce because I do think you're going to do something like this. All right, and now I understand we're going to be looking at SPY because I think more downside is going to be offered on SPY if you're shorting, but QQQ, you guys can clearly see the clean setup that I think is going to be playing out. Now, everybody's watching this little gap here on SPY. It's about a $6 gap here. Everyone's watching. Everyone probably wants to trade it. But guess what? QQQ is probably going to be our next signal. Well, our next, you know, setup here. Guess what? Break and retest. Where on SPY are you going to come find this cleanness? Find it right here, but you already had it. So, you know, it's not like it's left open structure. Like, I know I'm going back and forth between QQ and SPY. I know, all right, maybe it's heavy on the eyes, but I'm trying to make a very, very solid point here, which is, hey, this is what is loading. 403. If you see it, boom, there's your trade. All right, so that is pretty much it over here on QQQ. Let's move it over to Mr. VIX, and I want to point out what I posted on Twitter this morning, which was we have an inverse head and shoulders formation going on here on Mr. VIX. This can be seen on the daily time frame. It can be seen on the hourly time frame. If we do end up breaking above right here, above this little supply zone we got going on here, my target immediately is going to be 1550. I do think we're, I think there is reason to be cautious on longs for the time being because, guys, QQ still has not came down to that retest level. Why is it not going to hit the retest level? I think it's very likely going to. I understand on this move you didn't, but, guys, we already started breaking down here. It's very likely that you get a dead cat bounce and then you fall into it. All right? Now, what will I also point out? Right there. All right? You're kind of just grinding it up over here on declining volume. You got the move. All right? I told you guys the next big move was loading, because we were kind of just setting up traps all over the place, and things were slow, grindy, and also we had the triple bearish diverge going on over on SPY, and the bearish diverge over here, and then we had the same thing on IWM, then we had the same thing on DIA, and yeah, I don't know what else to say about it other than that, guys. We knew some sort of sell was coming. Guess what? The sell started coming, and come over here to QQQ, and guess what? You're still not down here in oversold territory. We're going to be watching this 4-hour RSI down here. That has happened, on pretty much all of these other legs down here. I think something like that is coming. I'm not saying a $30 move down, but I am saying, like, hey, $20 move right here, break and retest, warranted. We still didn't hit it. We're looking for dead cat bounce, all right? Now, we're going to move on here, okay? We're going to move on to these individual tickers right after we take a look at DXY, and I'll just flash SMH one more time before we go over the individual tickers. You guys can clear as they see here. We have a parallel channel, parallel descending channel. You're at the top of that channel. I don't know what's going to happen here. It does look like you're fighting it. All right. It wants to break out. It's not like it is stalling out like it is over here, but you can see, as of right now, we don't have this second wick going on right here. So if you do see the daily close over, watch out for equities. The same thing with VIX over there with that inverse head and shoulder. There's room for caution. I just think we'll get a better entry on these shorts. All right. I think the entry is a couple dollars higher. Okay. And I'll let you know when that comes. I promise. Just, make sure you're watching the vids. And again, with the Twitter, guys, you can literally just, hey, if you ain't got time for the vids sometimes, I got you just on the spot throughout the day. Maybe you got an Apple Watch. You just, oh, holy crap, the thing looks beautiful. And, there you go. Boom, bop, bing, boop, pow. All right. Number one, SoFi. Guys, what the heck is this beauty right there? We were looking for the pullback. You see where I drew this arrow? It's because it was over there. Did it go a little higher? Yeah, it went a little higher. But guess what? Guess what? We pulled back right to where you broke out from, consolidated from. You now have another break and retest going on right now. This looks sexy. That is the first setup I'm going to put on your radar is SoFi. Beautiful. And if I'm going to actually point out, we didn't go over IWM, but I do want to point out IWM is right at the second scenario of this trend line. Well, of my two scenarios. Is at the second one, which is at the trend line. You're catching your bounce. Not saying it's going to be a full-on bounce. Could just be a dead cat bounce, but it could give some life to these small cap names with some short interest on them. Boom. All right. That's what we're paying attention to. Guys, this could be all she wrote. I have absolutely no idea. I'm just saying, I do think more downside is incoming. So, be quick with these. Next thing we're going to be talking about is Schwab. Why are we talking about Schwab? Schwab is flagging right now. All right. This could be a short-term trade opportunity. I'm talking, next week's expiration, 1 to 2 weeks out. If you get the breakout, you definitely have volume picking up over here on the days you can tell bulls were in control. All right. You do have, over here on the weekly time frame, you do have the RSI at overbought territory, but now I'm going to put something else on your, right here with your eyeballs here. All right. Break and retest on the weekly time frame. I understand this is what's going on here, but this kind of looks extremely sexy. And if we're just going to look at this, objectively speaking, you literally just have a cup and handle. All right. That is exactly what's forming right here. You have your cup, you have your handle with the break and retest. This thing looks sexy. All right. Now, on top of that, I'm going to highlight that this setup goes a little bit deeper. Why does it go a little bit deeper? All right. I'm serious. This thing actually is pretty sexy. Just putting it out there. I have not looked at premiums. I don't think they shouldn't be juiced because, look at the price of this thing. It's not going to be no Avgo, all right? I promise. This thing does not look bad. I would not be, we got KRE. Let's actually look at how that's going. Are we basing above that right now? All right, you do have some room to pull back there. We definitely do. But, all right, again, things aren't really looking too bad. You had volume spike on the breakout. Now you're consolidating on these red weeks here. Very low volume. Guys, I think we are going to be doing something over here on Mr. KRE, which means the banks could be going. All right. We're not going to look at any more banks right now because I think Schwab is really the only one that I think is just completely set up right now. This is probably, it may be a short-term low, and you're probably going to see a high get pushed. All right. FDX. All right. And this is something that offers, you know, short-term contracts, short-term trade opportunity right there. SoFi is kind of in that boat, but I will say January 19. I love that expiration over here on SoFi. I love the February expiration over on SoFi. I think this was a dip that shall be bought, my friends. I do. All right, FDX, come over here. And I just want to pause and say, guys, I love you. All right, I appreciate the crap out of you guys. I really do. I appreciate the time you guys put into being here with me. And I really appreciate the community that we've been able to put together over the last year. I appreciate it so much. And cheers. All right, cheers to another year. Cheers to growth. Cheers to success. Cheers to skills. Growing the skills. That's literally what I think about every single day. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe I sound like an ass. All right. Maybe you guys are like, shut up. Talk about the money, not the skills. I'm just gonna say right now, I'm serious, guys. The money don't matter in the short term. It literally will never matter. The only thing that matters is that you can do this consistently on your own in years from now. And I'm seeing the fruits of my labor come to fruition. And I just know it's going to compound like crazy. If I'm only 3 years into option trading, I'm going to be straight up, guys, right? What happens when that other 6 years comes along? All right, FDX, double bottom. I understand it's a decently messy chart over here. I have another layout that I was charting it on, but right here you guys can clearly see you do have your double bottom going on. And this is going to be your neckline. If you could break above it, guys, you have nothing going on over here. But in terms of a short-term trade idea, right there, you have a decent range going on here. You have an established range. You're at the bottom of the range. Upstart. Upstart is another name that has completely reset. It went bonkers. It offered a massive trade idea for us several times. Boom. Boom. All right. Guess what? It's now doing it again. All right, you're doing another break and retest. This was off of, you could see on the weekly time frame, you're doing the break and retest on the weekly time frame here. Longer term, all right, we're going to say midterm, all right? I do think short-term contracts would be, you know, but again, caution, okay, caution because of what we just talked about on SPY over here. Yes, I do think a short-term bounce is coming. I do. We talked about in yesterday's video. We're really making it the focus of this video. That's why I'm recording at 10:50 a.m. All right, because I don't care. Nothing is going to change. I think it's definitely going to benefit way more people if I put this video out right now in comparison to then. All right, there's absolutely no reason for me to wait. All right, plus we got a lot of setups to talk about, baby. All right, but Upstart, break and retest. That's number, what, 4? Carvana. Carvana, put it on your radar right down here. Send an alert if you'd like. Break and retest. Setup number 5. All right, well, not number 5, but, you know, these are the tickers number 5. All right. But yeah, break and retest potential as well as this inverse head and shoulders. Massive inverse head and shoulders, guys. You can see you did not get the weekly breakout over $57, which would mean no resistance until 97, almost $100. Guys, this is what's loading. I posted on Twitter. Sexiest chart going in 2024. This guy right here. Did you pull back further than I thought you were? Yeah, but now you're setting up even better. And like, you know, as long as you didn't sit through this pain, guys, we're getting a sexy opportunity, just like I pointed out in Upstart, guys. Carvana was another one that provided us with so many opportunities. All right, do you see this? See this back test right there? 30% spike. You see this back test right here, and then you get the breakout. Like that is 4 different trade opportunities, all that are within my system. And like, I'm really loving this, guys. I'm loving this so much. I'm so excited for 2024. All right, let's get it. Roblox, next one. Break and retest again. I'm serious, guys. This is too sexy. This thing looks amazing. Amazing. We pointed it out before the breakout. We're pointing out on the test. Boom, bop, bing, boop, pow. You do have the RSI in overbought territory, but you are literally back testing the pennant and the previous breakout zone. This thing looks beyond sexy. I understand you're up here. This is a momentum name. All right. Contracts, they might be a little juiced. I haven't looked at them recently, but I've traded in the past. They definitely are a little juiced. But guess what? This thing looks sexy. AI, that is the next one that we're putting on the radar. I've been looking for this pullback all the way since literally over here. Yeah, you took a little ride. And this is, guys, this is actually exactly what I'm looking at on the indices here. I'm looking for this. All right. Dead cat bounce. Boom, you break under it. And then you come to the next support. The next support is going to be this ascending trend line support. And it comes all the way back from over there. I'm just putting it out there. This is probably going to bring in some buyers if you come down here. If you break it, it's going to bring in some sellers, all right? But that is definitely an area that I'd say is worth risking for a move back up to these highs up here at $5. Now, if you're also just going to look at this, guys, you do have like pretty ugly, but you got a little bear flag or pennant forming. If you could do this, it's either going to go that way or it's going to go that way. It's one or the other here. But it probably is going to have some more ping pong action. That's where the opportunity I say lies, right here. That's where that lies. Neil, last one we're going to mention, all right? Keep it on the radar. Keep it on there. Keep it on there, okay? Keep it there. Why? Because it's still setting up. And I understand it's taking some time here. But China names, guys, they are looking beyond sexy. We have one more that is easily the sexiest chart that I completely forgot to point out. Holy sweet baby Jesus. We're not even talking about NEO because we talked about NEO so much recently. Guess what? Apple, fresh on the radar, fresh on the list. What are we talking, guys? We're talking weekly break and retest. We're talking, let's put on a moving average real quick. Not that one. I don't want the MACD. MACD about to cross down. Don't pay attention to that. Nope. Pay attention to not that. All right. This is why I don't use the guys. You don't use too many indicators. You learn one indicator, stick with that indicator because that will be the thing that gives you signals. You just saw what I saw on the MACD. Guess what? The daily RSI is oversold. If I saw that MACD, I probably wouldn't think this is so sexy because we have too much confluence going on right here for me not to say this is extremely sexy. I'll delete this alert just to make this chart a little clean for us, a little more clean a little cleaner. Should have said third time's the charm there. As you guys can see, 20 weekly moving average. This thing is respected. Okay? Boom, boom, boom. Respected. Break and retest under it. Oh, break and retest under it. Oh, break and retest over it. Break and retest under it. All right? Stalled out. Double top right here at the 20 weekly moving average. Oh, break and retest twice. All right? Double bottom off of it. Breakout. Boom. Right under here, break and retest. Then you reclaimed it, all right? So now we're looking a little sloppy right here, and then you got back under, break and retest. I'm just saying right now we're above it. So I do think price is going to stall out here on the downside, and I think we're going to be reversing to the upside incoming. I'm not saying right now. I think we do go a little lower because I'm going to point out like it's illogical for us not to go a little lower here. Put on the 200 weekly moving average. We'll make it white just not to confuse anyone right there. All right, so that was on the weekly time frame. Now, what do we have? We have the daily RSI oversold. We have the break and retest level that we just pointed out. So this is all we're really looking at. Break and retest, that's what got my eyes on, all right? What are we talking about? We got the daily RSI oversold. We got the 200 daily moving average down here. So not only do we have the 200 weekly moving average right here, we have the 200 daily moving average. I just said 200 weekly moving average. I meant 20 weekly moving average. Then you have the 200 daily moving average. Let's just count these, all right? Confluence. 20 weekly moving average. 200 daily moving average, break and retest, daily RSI, 0.618 Fibonacci retracement. Is that it? Can I point to anything else on this chart that just looks absolutely phenomenal to me? Do we have any more confluence in the zone? No, guys. We have 5 points of confluence in the zone. Put it on the watch list. Put it on there. Why? Because you're going to be saying this. That was easy. Yeah, you're going to be saying this in about a month or two. Guys, 1 to 2 month out calls. I said the same thing. I was ringing my bell at the bottom. We going to be saying the same thing right now. I understand over here. I was a little early to the party. I started calling for it over here. It took like 2 weeks, but then you popped off. That's why I said longer expirations. Guys, you got safety on your side over here. We got so much confluence. This thing looks beyond bullish to me. All right. I'm going to close out the video with that one right there. With that being said, I hope everybody has a lovely rest of your day. I appreciate the crap of you guys. I'll catch you over on Twitter throughout the day, consistently every single day. And yeah, with that being said, I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace. Great video, guys. Just want to say that as well. Great video. I love you.